But okay, no, I can go on with that conversation because I do go on with that. I don't think we're going to have an end to that. But anyways, I should get you the fact that at least 30 traders, including women, are feared dead following a tragic boat accident that occurred on Sunday in Koyio Village, Goronyo, local government area of Sokoto State. Now, the victims were reportedly on their way to the weekly Goronyo market when their boat, carrying both passengers and goods, capsized around 1:30 p.m. in broad daylight. Sad, sad, sad. Now, the Emir of Zuru in Kebbi State, retired Major General Muhammadu Sami Gomo II, has died at the age of 81. God rest his soul. Now, the late monarch died on Saturday in London Hospital after a brief illness. He is survived by 4 wives and 7 children. Okay. Now, the new Nigeria People's Party in Kano State has rejected the outcome of the Gari Sanyawa State Assembly rerun election, alleging manipulation and collusion between politicians and officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Briefing newsman, the state chairman, Comrade Hashimu Suleiman Dungurawa, accused INEC of denying electorates their rights after declaring the All Progressives Congress APC candidate winner of the poll. So the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) has arrested a notorious Asaba Delta State after a 3-year manhunt. He was caught with his aide, Clement Osuya, 27, while attempting to move 250 blocks of skunk weighing 138 kilograms on a distribution bus. Well, NDLEA spokesman Femi Babafemi said Ibigide had been on run since March of 2022 after the seizure of 24.1 kilograms of cannabis and grams of molly. Now, they are accused now is the Edo about 1:30 am. The returning officer, Professor Lawal Saadu, cited irregularities in Sakajiki and Yambarawa wards as the reason for the decision. Okay. Well, the All Progressives Congress has thanked Nigerians for their decisive support, which resulted in the massive triumph of its candidates in Saturday's legislative by-elections conducted across 12 states of the Federation. Mr. Felix Morka, the party's national publicity secretary, in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, attributed the party's victory at the election to the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu's leadership. Okay, Felix Morka, the National Publicity Secretary. Okay, but let's go to this one. All Progressives Congress has rejected the result of the Anambra South Senatorial District by-election held on Saturday. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) declared Dr. Emmanuel Nwachukwu of ABGA winner with 90,408 votes. Chief Basil Ejidike, APC chairman in Anambra, alleged that the party's candidate was held hostage in his home by men of the Anambra Vigilance Group. Some allegations there now. 2 Nigerians identified simply as Collins and Osas have reportedly died in Tripoli, the capital of Libya, under circumstances suspected to be linked to poisoning. It was gathered on Saturday that the victims, who were both residing in the Misrata part of the country, had traveled to Tripoli on July 20 with a friend whose identity is yet unknown before the incident occurred. Tragic, sad. The way my people dying outside the shores of Nigeria, the way my people, my brothers and sisters dying in Nigeria, really calls for alarm. Right. Anyways, though, tragedy struck on Sunday after a commercial bus conveying an unspecified number of passengers plunged into the Namnai River in Gasol local government area of Taraba State. This was disclosed on Sunday in a post on X by a security expert, Zagazola Makama. According to him, the incident occurred while the vehicle branded Adamawa Express was attempting to cross a collapsed bridge. Wait. I really seriously need to understand this. Are we on a kind of show of, a show where they say the person a collapsed bridge and you're trying to cross it Is it without even looking into the risk factors? And then it's not just only you. Now there are people, unspecified number. Now these people, they have heads, they have minds, they can think, they have a thinking faculty. What were they thinking? What kind of stunts were they trying to pull there? A collapsed bridge, you see it, you still try to wriggle your way through a collapsed bridge, and then tomorrow y'all blame it on the devil, as the devil made me do it. But then there are people in that same bus who would have just told that driver that, look, if you are going on this your self-instilled or bus driver, to plunge into that river, and I really doubt survival. Anyways, souls rest in peace now. What more can we say, right? But anyways, let's go see this one on here and right here. Looking into the front page of Nigerian newspapers is going to be a smart read. And yes, before you start asking questions, Omoife is unavoidably absent this morning. Yes, she's not going to be joining us, but yes, she's joining us via the online stream platforms. In other words, she also goes through to the website using the Eagles app too, where you can download the Eagles, or you can install it, from iOS or Play Store, and you will indeed find us there. Eagles app, it is called. It is green, blue as ever, so get on there and download it. But yes, you know that we have an audio-visual radio experience that we give to you on a daily basis, weekday, Monday to Friday, right? Sometimes even Saturday and Sunday we still, put on that television show just for you, all right? You can as well get on there, show us that support on YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Always subscribe first, and then of course leave a comment too in the comment section. Let us know that you came, you saw, and you are soaring with us. Do the same with the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja, and of course spread those lofty, beautiful Eagles wings across every other social media platform as you know it, and that will be TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, and the Gram. We like to call it the Instagram, at Eagles FM Abuja, and there you will find us. And in case it's your first time joining us on this very newspaper review show, which we like to call the pages, you can the numbers already: 09073530004, 09087668888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 909054450. That is the WhatsApp portal number you can connect with us via. All right, now let's jump into it already. Okay, so I see the Guardian newspaper, and I bet the Guardian newspaper sees me too. And we're looking at the front page, and the front page has got this big story. It says, over 10 banks, insurers risk forced merger in race for new capital. Over 10 banks, insurers risk forced merger in race for new capital. You can find that one on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. All right, now away from the Guardian newspaper, page 6, let's take you to page 3. And with page 3 and on page 3, we see this one: COAS reshuffles, appoints new PSOS GOCs, other commanders. All right, COAS reshuffles, appoints new PSOS GOCs, other commanders, and that you'd find on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. And then we go to this one here on page 9. Kebbi government announces Zulu monarch's passing in London hospital. Okay, that's a sad one though. And so to page 6 on here, looking popular, it says by-elections being the kicker, opposition's fragility exposed as APC Titans hold with 12 of 16 seats. By-elections as a kicker, opposition's fragility exposed as APC Titans hold with 12 of 16 seats. Now, that's more than a pass mark, if you ask me. But I see this one on here now, and it says, well, somebody is actually canvassing better education sector to check insecurity for page 7. All right, to page 5 now. EFCC NIS deport 42 cyber criminals, 150 to follow. EFCC NIS deport 42 cyber criminals, 150 to follow. Page 5, you'd find that one. That means, of course, when you minus 1 from 6, you get 5. But let's get to page 16. Pensioners deserve a duty of care and prompt payment. Of course, is what they deserve. But are they given that, or they're held a hand, or they're dealt a hand of hammer? Well, anyways, remember that over the last week we had a conversation and all of that. Well, we saw some improvements, but yeah, our guest on the show, as at last week, had said it is a total failure. In fact, the PENCOM and the rest, they should hide their faces in shame. You know that over how many years now, and they're only still servicing backlogs. They're still backlogs and they're celebrating just because they released some few millions? Really? But anyways, though, page 3 has got this one. SERAP seeks probe of pay to present motions bills claim. All right, I should take that one again. SERAP seeks probe of pay to present motions bills claim. All right, page 3. And to this one, replacing Tinubu with Jonathan, not solution, but system overhaul, says Farotimi. All right, you find that one yet on another page 3 right there. Okay, that feels good. Somebody, Alausa is saying this one now, being the kicker. We are bringing Nigeria's out of school kids back to classroom. Okay, Alausa, we are bringing Nigeria's out of school kids back to classroom, and that you find on page 2 of The Guardian. All right, let's go smart reading with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Stay with me now. The big story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper: by-elections as the kicker. APC consolidates ahead of 2027 race. APC consolidates ahead of 2027 race. And you'd find that one on pages 22 and 23. It's got a couple of riders to it now. And starting with this one, wins big in Kano. Adamawa. That's the first kicker. Soludo's Abga shows strength in Anambra. PDP wins Oyo Rep seats first time in 18 years. ADC humbled in Anambra. APC NNPP maintain rivalry in Kano. PDP in dire straits in Edo. Zamfara poll declared inconclusive. Our electoral process has deteriorated under Tinubu, ADC alleges. Results are a vote of confidence in Tinubu, our party. APC is saying that one right there. And now they have looked away beyond the local government elections right now, the by-elections, and they are saying, you know what, we are looking at the federal. We're looking at 2027 now. We will consolidate and replicate whatever it was that we did and how we won. If the process going fully well, with INEC being the umpire saying this went well and giving us our duly deserved flowers come 2027. Okay, but you see that one on page 22 and 23. Shake up in Army, that's the kicker. COAS redeploys top generals, page 4 you'd find. And this one, cyber criminals. EFCC immigration deports dozens of Chinese Filipinos, page 3. Who are we fooling? Somebody will ask me that question always. And you deport them and they still come back. Through what channel? Still not through the immigration? Well, I'm not throwing tantrums, I'm not throwing jabs, I'm just saying that we better do something about our borders, as well as intensify or consolidate on efforts that allow for scrutiny of passengers, especially those who are coming from outside the shores of Nigeria into Nigeria. What's your purpose? State your purpose. How long are you staying? I don't think all these questions are being asked. Little wonder some people will say that Nigeria has suddenly or is fast becoming a dump ground. If not, what would make the United States have the guts, the infantry, to want to impose Venezuelan refugees on us? Well, I don't know. You tell me. But customs intercept containers loaded with 130 million naira expired pharmaceutical drugs. Customs intercept containers, not one, containers, and they're all loaded with 130 million naira expired pharmaceutical drugs. Page 26. Because we want to survive, we have to kill everybody to survive, is it? Anyways, I like it. But think about it. 130 million naira worth of expired pharmaceutical drugs loaded in containers. Imagine that got into mainstream society. Imagine what harm that would cause. On health now, caffeine can reduce effectiveness of certain antibiotics, studies suggest. Okay, page 30. To some of y'all that be sick and then you're still taking caffeine while you're taking drugs, you see that study? It's for you. Just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, July 2025 inflation report. Despite gains, pressures persist. CPPE is saying that page 6 you'd find urges policy mix calls for stronger fiscal, monetary, structural reforms as inflation slows to 21.88% in July. Okay, that's the new inflation figure right now, 21.88% in July. Okay, estate surveyors, others pick holes in new Lagos tenancy bill. Page 4. All right, let's go to the Daily Trust newspaper now. The big story on the front page. By-elections, that's the kicker. Parties maintain strongholds. That story continues on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. But above that big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper and underneath the Daily Trust newspaper banner now, many traders fear dead in Sokoto both mishap. Many traders fear dead in Sokoto both mishap. Page 7 to page 32 now. Eulogies as Emir of Zuru dies at 81. God rest his soul. And to what page now? This one, not clear. The page is not even written, but Kano by-election it is. Why we rejected Shanono Bagwai State Assembly by-election. All right. Okay, APC saying that why we rejected Shanono Bagwai State Assembly by-election. Okay, you see that one right there. And we see this one at the base. 109 senators pay enough for 4,708 professors' salaries. All right? Okay, 109 senators pay enough for 4,708 professors' salaries. Can you beat that? Wow. 109 senators pay enough for 4,708 professors' salaries. Okay, you see that one on what page now? Pages 5 and 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Okay, so we go to the Vanguard newspaper now, and the Vanguard newspaper this morning has got this very one. Rice farmers blame price hike on cartel, middlemen, page 8, and it's at the very top of the Vanguard newspaper. And still at the top, we see this one. Federal government, Jonathan, ACF celebrate IBB at 84. Some life lived right there. IBB at 84. Congratulations, sir. And you see that one on page 13. And we see the big story now. How APC swept by-elections. All right. How APC swept by-elections. All right. It's got a couple of riders to it though. Wins 12 seats. ABGA 2. PDP 1. NNPP 1. Tinubu fates winners as opposition parties kick. Flawed by-elections. Dress rehearsal for 2027 polls, ADC says. There may be no election in 2027 if PDP is saying. It's mockery of democracy, LP says. Our by-elections win, endorsement of Tinubu, APC is saying that. Different strokes for different folks, they say. Okay, now fund, loans will pay, fees students are charged. Now fund loans will pay fees students are charged. Alausai saying that one now. And page 8, you'd find that one. And we see this one on page 13. Outside the shores of Nigeria, Zelensky rejects territorial concessions as Putin offers security guarantee. And to page 3, NLC strike notice. NSITF admits 50% deductions. All right, we see this one. Jonathan visiting IBB on his 84th birthday. Oh, look at that now, the handshake and everything. And Jonathan in his usual jaw dressing right there with a cap on. Okay. Anyways, that's something. But now we go to the very last one now. The last daily we'll be looking into the Punch newspaper, giving you some punchy headlines this morning. Stay with me now. Just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner, court orders full disclosure of 37 billion naira renovation by National Assembly. Page 3, court orders full disclosure of 37 billion naira renovation by National Assembly. Page 3. Renovations here and there. Please, Nigeria needs renovation much more than any infrastructure. Nigeria as a whole, that is. Page 2, at the very top, the heights, the apogee, the peak, the zenith of the Punch newspaper front page now. APC opposition clash over by-election results in 12 states. Tinubu hails winners. INEC as PDP, NNPP, ADC reject results, threaten lawsuit. Okay. And there's this one here to page 28, actually. Shipping crisis delays Dangote's 3,550 CNG trucks. Now the big story, workers' compensation. Federal government backtracks as NLC holds ground. Page 27. NSITF moves to avert strike, says AGF will refund workers. NLC leaders meet. Okay. Now at the naval area, the belly button area of the Punch newspaper now, Nigeria deports 42 convicted Chinese. 42 convicted Chinese Philippine cyber criminals. All right, you find that one on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. At the base now, NCPC resumes Israeli pilgrimage with 50% subsidy. Page 18. Pages 4 and 5 again. 2 Nigerians die of suspected poisoning in Libya. 2 Nigerians die of suspected poisoning in Libya. Oh, somewhere in Tripoli, if I'm not mistaken. Page 4 and 5. And the last story with the Punch newspaper now. ICRC issues new PPP guidelines for MDAs. ICRC issues new PPP guidelines for MDAs. And you'd find that one on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. All right. Okay, let's go now. Head out, go on a recess, pay some bills. We will be right back. And when we do come back, it's going to be about you letting us know what your thoughts would be on the pages. The newspaper review on here.
We play those songs.
The good tunes just don't stop.
The good tunes just don't stop.
Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
For advert placement and program sponsorship on Eagles 102.3 FM, please call 080-5919-8658. That is 080-5919-8658 or 081-5791-7278. Again, 081-5791-7278.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Go straight to the point as you bring your thoughts in. It's going to be very strict or stricter this morning. Please, just your name, your location, and of course, what it is that you got to say in splits of seconds so you can make up the 1 minute 35 seconds mark this morning. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's go take yet another call. Keep the calls coming through though. 0907-353-0044 is that number. The other number would be 0908-766-8888. Hello and good morning.
Barrister Daniel, good morning.
Good morning to you, Apostle Life, all the way from
Yes,
Nepal.
Apostle also for the line.
Awesome.
So, yes, my case goes like this. to grab power, but they don't know how they will use it so that the Nigerians will be happy with them. They have congratulations to them for winning how many seats? 12 seats. It's a good one, but what is there is that they have to do. The other opposition should know that no election that have no rigging. But the rigging of APC is very obvious that people observing it is not good. The electoral empires, they have to do something so that the rigging will not be open danger for people to notice.
Right.
Another thing is this, I want to say, is that this insecurity is not helping us. They do something so that this insecurity of a thing will be a thing of part. Because all those drug dealers that they have apprehended, tomorrow you will see them in the street of Nigeria. That means they have paid, the money have changed hands. Let me put it in that way, and they will be released. It's not helping us. Thank you and God bless you, Barrister Daniel. And my name remains Apostle Osola, aka Woken.
Okay, that is not connecting for some reason. All right, do well to call back, and should you do so, we will indeed get connected on here and right here. Keep in mind, on any time, any day, right? Foreign investment in manufacturing is dipping as binding constraints, is persisting in that very sector. I mean, the binding constraints bedeviling Nigeria's manufacturing sector. It does seem as though it has dampened foreign investors' interest as foreign direct investment FDI in the sector. It has declined to 32.3% to 129.92 million US dollars. That's in the first quarter of 2025, and compared to 190.92 million US dollars recorded in the corresponding period of 2024. Taking this call now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Honorable Edwards.
Thank you so much. I'm calling from Nepal.
Awesome. Talk to us, Honorable.
How was your weekend?
Lovely, Honorable.
Thank you. With a good job you are doing. Honestly, today, let me appreciate you. I've not been appreciating you. Let me appreciate you, especially on Monday.
Right.
So that throughout the week, that will motivate you more.
Exactly. Thank you.
That pray for me when I become anything. I can.
You show me.
I can make you the minister information.
Thank you. All
so
right.
what I want to talk about is that.
Yeah.
First of all, let me congratulate the APC for winning some, not all.
Yeah, some.
Now, I want to ask a question. Those people that won, do they also rig the election? Those people that are arrested with money and rifles, are they members of APC? Why is it that the ADC, the coalition, did not win any seats? Mr. If I may ask another question.
Yeah.
In this MDLA, are they Nigerians?
The people that are deported now?
Yeah, those people that are in charge of drugs, are they Nigerians?
Okay. In other words, you
are
mean...
Are
they from Niger?
These people are doing a wonderful job. Every day you hear that they are arrested, they do this thing, of this. So,
I get what
is it Marwa? Is it because Marwa Abiodun Cohen?
Yes,
Buba
Marwa.
Yes, is it because he's in charge that things are going well? If it's because of that man, then the man should contest with the president of this country. Those are the people that we want to rule us. Honestly speaking, and they should train.
Okay.
But for those that are deported, I don't understand. They would allow them to suffer more in our sphere here.
Right.
Because they have duped us a lot. They would have suffered our prison in UK. Would they deport our former vice president, Senate president? He's still in the state there for having seen this thing. So they should have stayed here to suffer our sphere. Once they allow them to go where they will be free there and maybe move from there to another African country to do the same thing.
Okay, Honorable, time Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations to my party, the APC.
All
God
right.
bless you.
Congratulations to the APC, he says right there. And yes, some question he has raised that those are people who work with the NDLEA. I think at first I had a misconception thinking he's saying Nigerians. But no, he's saying, are they Nigerians? Because Nigerians working like this? Really? Nigeria can work or Nigerians can work? All right, it's some question to ask. And then another point is the people who are being deported right there, they should at least allow them to feel the heat of what our prisons and cells look like. Because from what I see from the pictures, they look fresh and robust. I mean, they're going back to their country victorious, if you ask me, though. Anyways, that's me just talking. But I'd like to know what you think, and let's just make it a smart conversation. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. What's your name? Where you calling from? Chimeze here?
I'm Chimeze calling from Sokoro.
Awesome, Chimeze. Welcome. Talk to us.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you, and welcome to a brand new week.
I have to go straight to the issue about foreign direct investment. It's for Nigeria. I want the man that usually calls for life cap to come and tell us again how Saudi Arabia invested 100 billion naira in Kaduna. You see, the problem we have till tomorrow, like the last caller said, has to do a lot with lies. Lies and propaganda. When you, as the head of the family, lies to your family, that family cannot stand. Let me tell you something, my brother. Unless you have private investors, the country cannot move. I made mention of this 3 weeks ago. Somebody came and said that Saudi Arabia invested $2 billion in Kaduna. Fortunately, my duty took me down there. Nothing like that ever happened. You cannot invest where there is insecurity. You cannot invest where there is no truthfulness. You cannot invest where there is transparency. Where there is no security, truthfulness and transparency. Like you made mention of Marwa. These are the kind of leaders you want in Nigeria. I was very young when he was a military administrator of Lagos. Some boys were disturbing Lagos. We know what happened. 48 were executed by a firing squad. It was not extrajudicial. They were properly tried and executed. Damushi area became ice water. This is what we want in Nigeria. When these criminals, laws are made, they are lined up and executed. Even if I'm found guilty, let me be executed so that it serves as a deterrent to others. Because what we have now, Canada has just told us that about terrorists act, and suddenly
that one from you, Chimeze, right there, all the way from Asokoro. All right, let's get going with your thoughts and your, perception, to some of these headlines. This right there, where the All Progressives Congress (APC) showed its electoral might. By clinching 12 of 16 legislative seats. Contested on Saturdays by elections across 12 states of the country. It does seem as though the likes of the ADC, NNPP, they're already biting hard, they're fighting hard, they're saying no, that is a wrong, very wrong, a statement of election result. But then it does seem as though the ABGA won in Anambra Senatorial Assembly by elections, and we saw where the APC NNPP share spoils in Kano, right? And of course, PP share spoils in Kano, right? And of course, we've also seen where even the PDP also had, some great run, even though it was just one they were able to cling on to. That's PDP's Oyekunle is winning Ibadan North Federal Constituency right there. Okay, we'll just go take this one here now. Let's see. Hello, good morning.
My mistake. How you doing now?
Fine,
Good
baby.
morning.
Good.
Where have you been now? Where my almost now?
Almost fine, but unavoidably absent this morning.
Abi, go announce our results. Abi, I don't know. How you do?
Baby, I'm
See,
good.
put on that. You know, greet my dad at the best for you now. I go start to the best now. May I best?
What did I do?
May I best?
No.
May I best?
No.
You know, greeting my dad. You are using your own dad to wish us, to greet us. Oh, what of my own? So you separate me.
Oh, yeah,
We say we are one Nigeria, ba.
Great in your dialect.
You not teach me your daddy now, no Allah.
Bibi, where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
No, we
Bibi?
just to make ourselves be happy.
Right.
I thank you, my brother. Cause when my daddy now, a man of market, so just the way I hear her voice.
I believe it's cute.
You see, I'm not happy. Me, I get live report direct from my state.
Okay.
For Auchi direct. Please,
Did
I
you
want to
travel?
pray.
Did you travel?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Auchi,
Awesome,
Auchi. I'm from Auchi.
Okay, go
Auchi
ahead.
direct. Something happened yesterday. Abaja go take car. He killed our people. 3 and 2 now. They're for hospital. 3 died. He
Dangote.
said a jam. Yes,
Dangote
yes. Please,
Trump.
I want to beg. I want to beg him.
Nigerians are calling you out now. It's about that time. Do the needful. All right. We'll just head out now to the WhatsApp portal. But just before we do so, let's go cross-check, double-check with the Facebook page wall to see that we are not leaving any stones unturned when it comes to messages that will be coming through. And yes, we do see this one coming from Suleiman Dan Fulani, the only Fulani man from National Assembly quarters. It says, but right now in Magbang, Gumo, Toro local government, Bauchi State. Thank you for taking us across the world and across Nigeria as you make travel. And it says, Mr. UD, aka our radio bulldozer. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Watching you live from Magbang, Gumo, Toro local government, Bauchi State. How was your weekend? Lovely as ever. It says, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate all those who won in the concluded by-elections on Saturday in the 12 states across the country, and I pray that the ruling party will continue doing the needful so the Nigerians will believe in them more come 2027 because they are really fighting hunger now, right? And this is what we want in the country. Please, they should put more effort in fighting the hunger. Inshallah, Nigeria, we will get it right. Okay, thank you, Suleiman, for that one. Okay, let's go on with a voice note just first of all, and then we will get into the messages. It's going to be a very smart conversation. All right, so keep up right here, and don't sleep on a bicycle. Starting with this one on Here and Right Now.
Good morning, Gentle Yudi.
Good morning.
I'm Yunus Ibrahim from Abadi.
Right.
APC says they will consolidate to win 2027 race, that is election. Okay. But I want the APC should think about, is it not going to be too late? When Nigerians were protesting on end bad governance here, nothing has been done. At that time, you did not consolidate. The same Nigerians are crying of hike in fuel price and tariff here and there, and you did not consolidate. Is it now that APC government will consolidate and win 2027 election? Nigerians are now clever. Nigerians are wise. I think it is the best time for this government to go and sit down and think very well, because there is no consolidation today that will push the masses to vote for the person that is not right. And lastly, if the government want to consolidate, let them consolidate very well in order to meet up with the need of the masses. Slash that the price of fuel. Then you will win election. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yunus. Going to this one now.
Yeah, you did good morning.
Good morning
and
to you.
fellow listeners to this very station. This is Anthony Witness speaking from Suleja.
Right.
Quickly,
Well,
I want to ask, although first of all, I want to congratulate Customs for seizing expired drugs. But then, where are those that imported it? Where are those that shipped it? That is a very big question and a very big concern. Because they will still go back and do the same. Only God knows how many they've done and succeeded. So are they not supposed to have followed up, play along until they get to the culprits? This is a question I want to be answered because we cannot control like this. Thank you. Have a good day.
Appreciate that one from you, Anthony Witness from Suleja. Appreciate. Let's go to this one.
All our callers and listeners on this platform. My name is Eric from Musetu, and I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. The unfortunate incident that happened over the weekend where a driver tried to drive through a collapsed bridge, thereby killing unidentified numbers of passengers, is quite unfortunate. May the souls of those people rest in peace. This simply tells you the state of mind of most of our commercial drivers, even though 90% of them. It shows that safety precautions is very far from them when they're on the highway or, even on the sea. For the canoes, paddlers, and look at the incident in Sokoto too, where 30 women and children also lost their lives. May all of their souls rest in peace. You see, some of these drivers are not in their right frame of mind. That's why they're so careless and reckless when they are driving. And some of the passengers are not also helping matter. Several years ago, I was in secondary school. I was traveling from Television Gari to Bringari. My dad dropped me off at the park on a Sunday. He actually gave me money to enter station wagon. We had station wagon then and bus. But because I wanted to save some money for myself, I wanted to go with the bus. While I was sitting in that bus, I had the conductor telling the driver in outside that I catch a mundao zamu jengara tayan. Then the driver responded as zamu lalaba mukuma. He simply said, you said when we return from this trip, we'll go and fix the tire. I think one of the tires is having an issue. And he said they will manage it and go back for the following trip. Immediately I came down from that bus and went and entered a station wagon.
Well, I'm sorry you overshot the time right there, but I'll just quickly take this message from Samuel all the way from Kuje. He says, a wonderful good morning to you, my brother Obonwudwang Daniel. Yes, happy survival day to you, my brother. All right, is there any election in this country that INEC will conduct without complaint? Some question again. Is there any election in this country that politicians will not accuse each other of rigging? When will they stop buying people to vote for them? When When can we get it rightly in this country when it comes to election matters? When will our vote